Today we're going to make spaghetti amore, and we're going to do the first step, which I already cut this in half. You're going to use half a bell pepper and half an onion, and you're going to chop it up into small pieces. And after you have it chopped up in small pieces, you're going to blend it in a blender. So I'm just going to clean this out, and then I will start chopping it. It doesn't need to be in tiny little pieces either, because most of it will be done in here. But once you have it cleaned, you can start cutting it in smaller pieces, sticking them in here. Start chopping your onion. Oops. I'm just gonna stick those pieces in there, and then we'll take it to the blender and we'll see what it turns out like. All right, so now we have it all put in. I'm gonna put it on in the blender, and then we're gonna put it on puree and just start it. Okay, the next step to making the spaghetti amore is you wanna cook your ground meat. You'll need about 2 pounds, and you will put them in a skillet, just like this. So you'll put your 2 pounds of ground meat in the skillet, and then you're just going to want to season it with salt and pepper. Okay, just kind of sprinkle some salt in there, and then you'll want to season it with some pepper. Okay, just kind of mix it in a little bit, and you'll want to put it in about high to medium heat. So it'd be kind of about an 8 or so on there. And then you're just gonna kind of let it brown. Okay, your next step is you're going to want to have about 1.5 bars of this sharp cheddar cheese. And you're gonna wanna grate it, because you will sprinkle that on top at the end. You can do that while your meat is simmering and your noodles are cooking. It's a great time to go ahead and start grating. Okay, so that'll be about 1.5 bars. You can use both of them if you like extra cheese. So then you just start grating, and you're gonna grate it, and you will sprinkle it at the end on top of the mixture. You're grating, you know, you kind of get to the bottom, and then so you should have about this much. Like I said, you can pretty much, if you want more cheese, you can do more cheese. If you don't, that's fine. But now all we're gonna do is we're gonna kind of wait until, here's the meat simmering until our noodles are done. You know, just make sure that you put a little bit of salt in the water while they're boiling, okay? And so we're just gonna wait for the noodles to be done, and then we will drain the noodles, and we will put our meat mixture in with the noodles. And then we'll put them in our pan and sprinkle it with cheese and put it in the oven. Okay guys, here's the next step, which is pretty much the last step. You need to make sure that you put your oven to 350, allow it to preheat. But what you're going to do once your noodles are already done, you're going to drain them. Once you're done draining, then what you can do, you're gonna pour it back into the pot, because now you're going to add in the meat mixture, and you're just going to stir it in. There it is. That says that it's preheated, so it'll be ready to be put in. So I'm going to continue to mix it until it's all mixed in really good together. Okay, so I finished mixing it in. You can see that all of it has some ground meat in there. Then you're going to pour it into your pan. It's a lot of goodness. Look at that. And then you can flatten it out. And then you will sprinkle the cheese on top.
If you like yours extra cheesy, you could have grated the other half. If not, this really does give a good amount of cheese. Then you can flatten it out to make sure that it's covered. Then you will pop it in the oven for, I think, about 35 minutes. And I will show you once it's done.